What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic dropping a car vlog before I go to work. If you guys are having a wonderful Monday, thank God that you made it through another week. Nobody tells you today God loves you, Christ loves you, I love you. Working hard on something, you feel like you're not getting no love. I'm proud of you, legit proud of you. Keep up the great work. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, the Taking Home Podcast. Make sure you also subscribe to my second channel, C3 Ultimate Wrestling, where me and my wife's professional wrestling company, we have a lot of our matches from previous shows up. And our last show of the year was in October, The Amazing World. You can watch that in its entirety. It is time for Swerve to be AEW World Champ. This is coming from somebody who is a big fan of MJF. And I do wish they could have done something better with MJF's run. I don't think they did it justice. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's had some good matches, but as far as like stories and other things, it's just not working. And it's not his fault. He's obviously doing his best. It's just compared to other people's reigns, it's just not that great. Well, besides Paige. Paige's reign was okay. The thing with Paige was Paige's reign wasn't as important as CM Punk's return to pro wrestling. Let's just call it what it is, you know. I do think that Paige can wrestle, but he wasn't that guy, unfortunately. Like the face of the company and things like that. He wasn't the face that people placed MJF or even Kenny Omega as, and even Moxley and even Jericho. It just wasn't. So I guess you could say MJF had a better reign than Paige out of all the champs. But anyway, it's time for Swerve. Swerve Strickland has been showing what a wrestler should be, even as a bad guy, even when he was a good guy. He went against guys that's not in the main event, guys that are in the main event, and he showed out. He's given 100%. It wasn't nothing watered down. It wasn't nothing diluted. You could tell that he cares about his craft and things like that. The man is great. I think the man is a great ambassador for hip-hop. You know, they done some things with it, but they didn't really go far with it. Like even having like Rick Ross there. He did like a promo with Tech 9, and I believe he was on the XXL Hip Hop magazine cover and things like that. I think he's good. He's really good, and I think that he's one of those guys that, you know, a lot of people call us say for the culture. He's very for the culture. So I do think that this is his time. I think he's put in the work. I think he's done great. I think him and Prince Nana, they've been doing great. Even like with the dance, I swerve when I drive, swerve. Like it's dope. It works. That can go viral if done right and properly. I think it's Swerve's time. I truly do. For a lot of people, black people, a lot of people are waiting for the first black AEW World Champion. Now, I'm not a person that really just tries to hold that against companies like that, and even like I used to a few years back, but it came out of Tony's mouth, even the beginning of AEW, that within like 2 years, he was going to have a black world champion, because people asked, and this is what he said. So what I do is, sometimes you do got to hold people to their word, even if it's something that you don't really, you know, ain't worrying about and trying to tackle at the time. He said that 2 years. He said that in 2 years from the beginning of AEW. Ain't AEW in like year like 5 or going into year 5 or something like that? You know what I'm saying? I made videos with my homie Kevin Young Sr. about black representation and even black presentation in AEW. Some is hit, some is miss. It's a business, okay? I get it, I understand it, but this is things that you said. Sometimes these storylines, they're not making sense. Why is this person doing it? I'm a big fan of Ricky Starks. I'm a big fan of Willow Nightingale, and I feel like they could have been done better. You know, I know Ricky is the tag champion, but like, how much is that of an accolade? No offense to Ricky and Big Bill. If they feel like it's big, congrats. You know, I'm not here to water it down, but you know, they've always had makeshift tag team champions and things like that, you know, and I don't know, maybe they're just holding the title so they can give them to Kenny and Chris Jericho. And then if that happens now, what are we going to remember this reign down the line? We're not. But Swerve is that guy. Swerve. He is that guy. I think he is the one that dethroned MJF. Actually, to put it in more spice in the game, he should be the quote-unquote devil in the mask. to me, it works. It works. He didn't attack him at the show because people wanted the reveal at the show, which I think they should have, but he should be the one. He didn't because he was focused on his death match with Hangman Adam Page. And from what some people say, they felt like that was match of the night. Now, let me say this. Now, you guys know I do not care about blood hardcore death matches and things like that. And after watching that match with Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland, I am here to tell you my opinion did not change at all. I don't like none of that. However, it was one of the most emotional matches of the night. If you want to call it a match, it was the most emotional. I think it should have low-key been last. You know, there's a lot of crazy blood, staples, spots, cinder block spots, demonic spot where Hangman Adam Page was drinking Swerve's blood, and then, you know, they called the Elite for a reason. But anyway, that's for another video. You know, it was nasty, it was gruesome. Some people love those matches and stuff like that, but it is what it is. I mean, you know, when you put those matches on national TV, you do risk people who wanted to sponsor you not wanting to do it anymore. You do risk losing sponsorship deals. You do risk other people who may be interested in the product to not look at it. But it was definitely an emotional match. I do think the right person won. When they brought back the rematch, I was a little upset because I was like, dang, they're going to have Page win. But I think Swerve needed it. This should elevate Swerve into the main event to go against MJF. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I think it is time. I think Swerve has had a lot of great matches. He's put on 150% of those matches. Him coming out with Prince Nana, how he acts, how he reacts and things like that. I think it is Swerve's time. Like, to me, like, this is the way. Like, no secondary title, no title against Orange Cassidy. That they've had bangers of matches, by the way. No tag match, none of that stuff. No TNT title, none of that. I don't want none of that. He should go, because to be honest, I can't sit here and say I can speak for a lot of people of color, but a lot of people of color are fatigued with the representation of some black wrestlers. Not all, but some. This is make or break for a lot of people. It is. And to be honest, they put themselves in this situation because of what he said. And when it's documented on what you said, people gonna want you to do what you said you were gonna do. 100%. So we'll see. I think Swerve should do it. Do you guys think Swerve should be the next champ? I think him and MJF having a program will work wonders. But do you think it's him? Do you think it's somebody else? Would you portray him as the devil character? You know, the devil drinking blood, the Elite. You know, it's all out there. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.